Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, drug abuse continues to be a huge problem in our communities, but one Southeastern Kentucky Sheriff's Office is doing what it can to make an impact on the issue. The Laurel County Sheriff's Department is enforcing an interdiction team, a task force comprised of 2 officers who strictly focus on drug-related issues in the area. Those with the Sheriff's Office say the team has impacted the area in a big way, seizing large quantities of drugs and ultimately creating a safer Laurel County.
We've been quite successful here in the last 3 months. We've got over 8 pounds of meth, a large quantity of heroin. We've got Xanax bars, fentanyl, which is deadly but potent. So we've done a lot of good here.
Recently, the Laurel County Sheriff's Office partnered with the Clay County Sheriff's Office and the Barberville Police Department as part of a larger interdiction team called the 7580 Drug Interdiction Team, aiming to create a bigger task force to make an even bigger impact. We'll have more about this tonight at 6. A popular Eastern Kentucky classic rock band is mourning the loss of one of its members. 53-year-old Clyde Trent Jr., the bass player for Midlife Crisis, died Tuesday morning. The band just performed in Hazard on the 4th of July, and band members tell us Clyde loved his family and his fans.
And he was just big and bad, and when he was in the room, everybody knew it. You know, he just, when he walked in, your eye kind of went to him. He was 6'4", 6'5".
Band members say they suspect Clyde died from a heart attack. We'll have more about him, including funeral arrangements, tonight at 6.
Well, we have seen some sunshine today, but that clearing trend a little on the slow side as we head through the rest of the day today. However, I do think brilliant sunshine returns before the week is out. Outside at the moment, you can see some of those clouds. It's very much a kind of a mid-level cloud deck out there as we continue to see the sun kind of filter through that sunshine, or through the cloud cover, I should say. Mid-80s out there from our Buffalo Mountain camera there in southern Perry County. Downtown Whitesburg, a similar scene there. A little bit more blue sky trying to work its way into the picture. Downtown Whitesburg, relatively peaceful at this hour. 83 right now, but notice that dew point's at 62. Not uncomfortable out there with west-northwest winds at 7, and you can see even more blue sky trying to work in from I-75 at Mount Vernon. Areas where the cloud cover's stuck around a little more, low to mid-80s out there, where we've gotten a little more sunshine, middle and upper 80s. How about Irvin checking in right now at 87, even Jonesville at 86 on the other side of the region. But notice these dew points. They're dropping from the middle and upper 60s to the lower 60s. That means more comfortable air. It's a clean sweep on pinpoint Doppler. Any showers just outside of the area there from our southwest Virginia counties. So I think we're in good shape as we head through tonight. Keep that WYMT weather app handy though, because if you do catch a downpour, you can open that app up and you'll get our latest updates right in the palm of your hand as we drop into the 60s for tonight. I'll have the very latest though on when we could see a return to the full sunshine. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. An announcement last week is moving a project in Pike County forward, rebuilding an old structure that is loved and used by many. The Pikeville Senior Citizen Center was recently demolished, closed during the beginning of the pandemic due to structural concerns, but the lot where it once stood will soon see new life thanks to an ongoing effort from Pike County's fiscal court, the senior board, and grant funding announced last week by Governor Andy Beshear, rebuilding the space that serves an entire community of people who some say are often forgotten.
The building being fresh, being quality, it means a lot to them. And that's what it's about, is the seniors.
The funding, a $1 million grant, will pay most of the rebuild, but the county has to put in around $300,000 to see the project come to fruition. We'll have more about its importance to the community coming up at 6. We are seeing images we've never seen before of the police response to the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. It shows how officers stood by and failed to engage the gunman as teachers and children were critically injured down the hall, and despite multiple calls for help. The video has been edited to omit the children's screams. CBS's Lilia Luciano is in Uvalde.
Get in the room! 911 audio from May 24th reveals a teacher's desperation inside Robb Elementary School as the gunman fired at the building from the parking lot. Moments later, at 11:33 a.m., surveillance footage shows him walking in and turning down a hallway. One student peeking around a corner spots the gunman and runs away just as shots ring out into classrooms 111 and 112. More than 2 minutes later, at least 3 police officers race towards the classroom, retreating as the shooter fires at them. By that point, at least 11 police officers were inside the school, equipped with body armor, at least 2 rifles and 4 pistols. Police continue waiting in the hall for almost 20 minutes, and as dozens of officers from 7 different agencies arrive, they too wait and wait. More than 20 minutes after that, at 12:21 p.m., the gunman fired 4 more shots, prompting several heavily armed officers with ballistic shields to move down the hallway, but they still didn't try to enter the classroom. Nearly an hour into the massacre, the gunman hadn't been stopped, and one officer is seen sanitizing his hands before returning to lean behind a wall. Finally, at 12:50, law enforcement breaches the classroom, killing the gunman, an hour and 17 minutes after he entered the school. The footage came out as several families of the children killed were in Washington, D.C., advocating for gun reform. Its sudden release days before a scheduled private hearing left some feeling shocked, betrayed, devastated, all over again.
You broke us today for a minute, but we're not going back home. We're going to stay and we're going to fight.
In Uvalde, Mayor Don McLaughlin berated the media for sharing the leaked video.
The way that video was released today is one of the most chicken things I've ever seen.
But some community members said the criticism was misguided. Adam Martinez's son escaped Robb Elementary School during the shooting. He called the law enforcement response a disgrace.
It's like PTSD. You see them and you just want to go after them, you know? Anger, rage. They're just cowards. You need to resign.
I remember those shots being fired.
Nicole Ogburn taught 4th grade at Robb Elementary and told us the gunman fired into her classroom from the parking lot.
There wasn't just one person failing us. It was multiple people. Nobody's ever going to know how many of those could have been saved.
A recent report from the state's Rapid Response Training Center said it's possible people could have been saved if they had received medical attention sooner. As for the video, legislators who are investigating the shooting will still release their report along with a private screening of the video for the families on Sunday here in Uvalde. A lot of families have already seen the video. Some told me they will never watch it. They're not ready for it, and they don't think they ever will be. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Uvalde, Texas.
Let's head over to Wall Street now. On this Wednesday, the Dow closes down more than 210 points today. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. But straight ahead here on First at 4, pilots across Europe are on strike, and after layoffs due to COVID, airports do not have enough staff for all of the scheduled flights.
Plus, after clouds hung tough early today, we're starting to see those clouds decrease ahead of that sunshine. The very latest is coming up next.